Alright, hello everyone, my name is Julian.
Hello, my name is Zach, and welcome to That Interview Show.
Now today I will be discussing adulthood with our guest for today, Emma McCulloch.
Cue the transition.
I'll get right on that. Hello Emma, welcome to our new show.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know what position this is in, it's great. Alright, so now the aim of this show is to talk about adulthood, which you are a part of, so congratulations on making it so far.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's get on with some questions, which I luckily have here because I'm not good at memorizing questions. Professionality, yeah. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Alright, so...
Good practice.
Yes, it is. So, alright, so what is your area of expertise?
Ooh, area of expertise. I suppose I would say it's education, and more specialised would be media education.
Alright, so your current occupation is a teacher at Thornbury High School.
Yes.
And you do teach media. Do you teach anything else, or are you in control of anything else here?
I do teach one drama subject, one Year 7 drama class, but I'm also head of performing arts, so I'm sort of in charge of all of the artsy stuff.
And that includes music, theatre studies, drama, and media.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very
And now I've just
challenging
discovered
range.
some technology as well, which is always fun.
Not bad. So
Yeah.
why do you like media?
I love media, more specifically filmmaking, because I think it's a really good way to kind of have a voice and to be able to express yourself and make things that I suppose I'm more genuinely interested in filmmaking because I'm a bit of a control freak. I used to do quite a lot of stuff in theatre, and the thing that drove me nuts about theatre is that once it's on stage you can't actually control anything that goes on. So the great thing about film is that you can master everything.
Yes, as a show
Oh,
here with
yes.
all these lovely cameras. So was it your plan to teach media from university or whatever tertiary education you had onwards?
No, it wasn't. I actually finished high school and I really loved theatre and I really loved media. And I sort of had this moment where I thought, well, maybe I'd better choose, I'd better find a pathway. And I ended up getting into a course that allowed me to do both, and I got to major in both areas. So I did, 4 years at Melbourne Uni just in sort of filmmaking and theatre production. Loved it. And then in my last year of uni, a very good friend of mine actually said, oh, look, we can do just one more year at uni and become teachers. And I kind of thought, I don't know if teaching's really for me. I don't know. She was like, come on, we'll do it together. It'll be really fun. So we did the course together, and I just fell in love with it. Like, I came here for my teaching rounds, pretty much hung around until they gave me a job. I loved it so much. I just stayed.
Yeah. So you like, well, how do you feel about teenagers? Especially because that's pretty much what you teach here at high school. So what do you think of them as a whole? Are they a nuisance? Like,
Look,
being one personally.
I wouldn't still be here if I didn't like teenagers. I mean, I reckon you guys are a really great source of inspiration a lot of the time. You probably feel the same about adults. Like, sometimes they drive you nuts. You don't want to be around them. But, majority of the time, it's great to be around you guys. You have great ideas. You definitely make me think about my ideas, and whenever we have media classes and things, I love the discussions we get into, and everyone's really passionate about it. It's kind of, I definitely enjoy, everyone's company.
So do you find it fun to, well, do you like endorsing the idea of other students doing multiple projects like this one right here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have sort of year 8s who are borrowing cameras over weekends, you guys borrowing equipment. I love the fact that you guys want to do stuff outside of schoolwork.
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for that kind of thing, but then of course I'm always going to say, do you think you're taking on too much, Julian? Are you doing too many things?
Yeah.
But what I'm really thinking in the back of my mind is, yes, do it, you should do it.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
Yeah.
Yes. So was it hard to get to the position that you're in now?
Yes and no. It was kind of, I guess, a bit of a natural path. It wasn't something that I'd necessarily set out to go this way. But like I said, I ended up in teaching because I fell in love with it. I ended up teaching media because, you know, I suppose my passion for media meant that we had more students becoming passionate in media and we just had more classes, and that's kind of exploded in the school, which is great. And then becoming head of the department was kind of I guess a natural progression. Like, you know, they needed someone that was willing to run the department and was really passionate about it, and of course I put my hand up and was like, yes, I can do this. So yeah, it's a natural path.
Okay, so what do you think are the challenges of being an adult? For those like myself who are not yet in that, leading towards that path.
The challenges of being an adult. I remember in year 12 thinking that like there was so much pressure all the time, and there kind of is. When you're in year 12, there's a lot of pressure on you for studies and things like that. But when when you become an adult, those pressures become really significant. Like like the things you'll start to notice that, like, you don't pay your rent, then you don't get your house anymore. You know, don't have a car, you can't get to that place. Or you...
That was
unusual.
That's very unusual. It's quite early too.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to wrap up all the stuff outside.
Okay. Well, I've still got a couple minutes.
Yeah. So I think there's sort of pressure that comes from a lot of outside sources when you're an adult.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not always under your control, and you don't always have like just that one person of you. Like as a teenager, you don't have your parents controlling you the whole time. You're like you're not more free to move around, but your freedom accounts for the idea that you have more people controlling you. So
there's I guess more expectation from more people.
Yeah.
And you guys will find this as well when you get into uni and stuff like that. All of a sudden, people won't force you to do stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to your classes. You don't have to hand in your assignments. But you'll start to realise as well that there's repercussions for all of those things. There's no teacher chasing you up. But if you don't do it, then you don't pass.
Yeah.
And then who's going to push you?
Yeah.
So yeah, it becomes a bit more like self-directed. You need to start forcing yourself to do things.
Do you think it is easy to pursue careers in media, especially in Australia?
There's a couple of schools of thought. I think that if you're willing to really push yourself and work independently, get teams together to work on independent films, and you're happy to put a lot of time and effort into that sort of thing, then yes, it is easy, because there are platforms out there that are built to get your work out. It's not like it used to be when you could make a short film, and if it didn't get into a festival or something, there was no way that people would see it.
Yeah.
Now you guys can publish stuff online and you'll get views just by, continually making things.
Yeah.
That being said, everyone can make things now. So there's kind of two schools of thought. It becomes a bit harder. The competition's harder.
But you have more stuff to use, so you have an advantage but a disadvantage at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do think it's worth pursuing it if you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
And I reckon everyone will find a career if it's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have much recreational time, being, a teacher and having a job and all that kind of stuff?
We tend to hang out for the holidays. So school term is kind of mental most of the time. Like, even weekends, marking, all of that sort of stuff. Recreational time is maybe a bit limited. As soon as the holidays come, I guarantee there's a week blocked out where I'm just like, nah, no emails, not doing any marking, not looking at any work. So I think it's not so bad. I reckon there's jobs that would definitely be worse.
As a final question, if you could be a kid again, what would you do it, A, for one thing, but would you try and change something in the past to make it, give you better impact on your current path?
Gosh. The one thing that I think really changed my perspective was traveling. And I think the only thing, and I went overseas and had like my gap year when I was 26. So I had kind of worked for a while, I'd saved up some money, and so I went for it. But I think if I was to do it again, I would really appreciate going younger, like going away, seeing the world, all of
Yeah.
those sorts of things, if it was possible, just because it gives you a completely different perspective on your own life.
Yeah, it does. Definitely, yeah. Knowing from experience, it does,
Yeah.
definitely does. Yeah.
Just kind of, definitely puts things in perspective. You've sort of grow up with maybe a lot of privileges, or maybe not, it doesn't really matter, but in Australia we are quite, lucky.
Yeah.
And then seeing the world, it just kind of puts things in perspective. So yeah, maybe I would do that younger.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's all I have question-wise for you. So thank you
Sure.
for being our first guest on the show.
No worries, thanks for having me.
Thank you all to audience, otherwise known as camera for me right now. My name is Julian. Emma McCulloch has been our guest. Zach has been behind the camera, possibly moving around if I edit it like that. Yeah. All right. So stay tuned for the next episode. All right.
Thank you.